Right now, more than 1 million Wisconsinites are fully vaccinated. What health leaders are doing to make sure we keep up the pace. And the pandemic has forced changes in the courtroom, but some advocates aren't happy with how those appearances are being handled. Plus, more than 10 months after George Floyd's death, opening statements begin in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for staying up late with us tonight. More than 1 million Wisconsinites are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. While there is still more that we need to do, health leaders say today's milestone is a step in the right direction.
Our ability to get more people vaccinated more quickly is going to help us continue to keep those numbers low and ultimately a return to normal more quickly.
It was less than 4 months ago on December 14th when the first coronavirus vaccine shots in Wisconsin went into the arms right here in Madison at UW Hospital. The CDC says 51 million people, or about 15% of the U.S. population, is fully vaccinated. DHS data shows just over 17% of the state's population has finished its vaccination series. That includes more than 56% of people at least 65 years old. Dane County is ahead of the statewide pace. A little more than 1 in 5 residents are fully vaccinated, as well as nearly 9 in 10 people ages 65 and up. Only 7,200 shots went into arms around the state yesterday. That is a significant drop from the days before, but that is because fewer vaccination clinics are open on Sundays. DHS is reporting 296 new cases of the virus, including the first case of the highly transmissible UK variant in Rock County. 3 more people have died. Health experts are talking about the history of healthcare in the Black community and how it impacts vaccinations. About 28% of white people in the state have had at least one COVID-19 shot, but that number drops to 11% in the Black community. Madeline O'Neill brings us that conversation from an Overture Center for the Arts panel tonight.
I love to talk, so conversations.
Just as COVID-19 spreads, so can words.
This is so important because these are conversations we need to be having.
UW Health's Dr. Jasmine Zapata is a speaker in an Overture panel forum talking about the COVID-19 vaccine and the Black community, touching on the disparities seen in the pandemic's impact and how it touched her family's life, too.
Not knowing if I'm going to survive, if my husband is, if my mom, I'm feeling good now, and I'm just doing everything I can to spread the word about how important it is for us to work together to combat this.
Black people have had higher rates of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths than white people during the pandemic, and still lag behind vaccination in the state for a variety of reasons, Zapata says, some being distrust.
Due to experimentation that was unethical, even current disparities and inequities we see in our public health and healthcare systems right now.
Just keep getting the information out.
Fellow panel speaker Aaron Perry started the Rebalanced Life Wellness Association, bringing healthcare to men of color in Madison's largest Black barbershop.
It is not that they are unwilling to take the vaccine. They're just paranoid about the information that's out there.
His solution? Providing clear scientific information to dispel myths.
There's no virus in that vaccine.
Also a goal at the panel as experts answered questions.
So you cannot get COVID from the vaccine.
Zapata stressed the pandemic isn't over yet, and neither is this discussion.
Even though there is hope on the horizon, we still need to be very vigilant. There are still people dying from COVID-19 and getting ill.
In Madison.
So we need to still have these conversations.
Madeline O'Neill, News 3 Now.
Perry hopes to bring a vaccination clinic to his barbershop because it's been difficult for men there to book appointments. More vaccination headlines in just a moment, but let's check your First Warn forecast first with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Hi, Dana.
Hey, out on a very, very windy patio right now. A little unpleasant with this wind coming through for us. Now, we did have wind advisories in effect earlier today. Not the case for us right now. Sustained wind speeds close to 23 miles per hour in Janesville, 18 in Madison. So still quite windy outside. Those those gusts much higher. In fact, our peak wind gusts today landing in the 40s, close to 46 miles per hour for Janesville, 41 in Mineral Point. I'm sure you noticed it if you spent any amount of time outside. Along with that, it did come with some sunshine and mild temperatures in the mid-60s for afternoon highs. It won't be quite as mild outside tomorrow as we look at a chance for some rain showers creeping in. Notice just off to the northwest, we're starting to see some light rain. Just a slight chance tomorrow, but I wouldn't be surprised if a few folks do feel a few raindrops coming down for our Tuesday. But we will take a closer look at your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Many public vaccine clinics want to see people from their communities first. In fact, the state wants you to book close to home whenever possible. But literally anyone willing to drive up I-94 a few hours could get a vaccine this week. The Ho-Chunk Nation has been offering vaccine to the general public all month. That means you don't have to be a tribal member, have a medical condition, or live in a certain area to get one. Tribal health leaders say they had about 2,000 shots left over for this week, so they scheduled a clinic in Baraboo for Wednesday and Black River Falls for Thursday.
I think mainly it's going to be seeing more people of their ethnicity or whatever group that they're from getting the vaccine and sharing their experiences with them. We can talk about the science until we're blue in the face, but really I think they trust the people that they know the best.
43% of tribal members have been vaccinated so far. Thursday's clinic will be the last open to the public. And we have information on how to register on channel3000.com. President Biden says most American adults will be eligible for a vaccine next month. He made his bold new pledge during a speech at the White House today.
That is by April 19th, 3 weeks from today, 90% of adults, people over 18 and over, will be eligible to get vaccinated. 90% of all Americans will be living within 5 miles of a place they can get a shot.
Last week, Biden set a goal of having 200 million vaccine shots administered by his 100th day in office. Previously, the White House had said it would order states to open eligibility to all U.S. adults by May 1st. The director of the CDC is echoing the president. Dr. Rochelle Walensky is asking Americans to stick with pandemic precautions just a little while longer. The U.S. surpassed 30 million all-time cases of the virus today, with some parts of the country seeing a steady rise in cases. The CDC also making news today for extending its order, halting some evictions through June. The order was issued back in September. This is the third time it was extended. The CDC says evictions could hinder efforts to slow the spread of COVID-19, but landlords say the order puts the burden on property owners. Governor Evers has vetoed a bill giving GOP lawmakers more control over federal COVID relief money. Evers says the measure would have taken away his right to make decisions on billions of dollars and potentially cause delays in getting payments to people.
I don't care who gets the credit. It's never been about that for me, and it never will be. I just want to get this done, get money into pockets, and make sure that our state bounces back and better than before.
Evers says the money will go out quickly once he gets guidance from the federal government. Wisconsin and its counties and municipalities are getting about $5.7 billion total from President Biden's relief package. About $3.2 billion of that will be allocated to the state government. Election Day is now only 8 days away here in Wisconsin. The only statewide election on the ballot is for state superintendent. And tonight, both candidates participated in a forum held by early childhood and education advocacy group We Can.
I know that it's a lot of work, but we need to advocate for our birth to 3 programs as well. Because it is important, as the research has shown, that kids are learning since birth and they need that stimulation. They need, the play, they need the socialization, everything. And it sets them up for a lifetime of success.
I believe our kids and our families aren't winning. I would like to see a world-class education system be elevated to the top of the list across the country. So my vision is to create a world-class education system in Wisconsin, one that values the whole child, parent engagement, and promotes the profession of teachers.
It is not too late to register to vote next week. You have until 5 o'clock on Friday to register in your municipal clerk's office. You can also request an absentee ballot still. That has to be done, though, by 5 o'clock on Thursday. All of the deadlines and information to register can be found at myvote.wi.gov. A new lawsuit is accusing Georgia Republicans of targeting black voters with new election restrictions. Civil and voting rights groups filed 2 federal lawsuits today challenging the state's new voting law. The law puts new voter ID requirements on absentee ballots and limits accessibility to drop boxes. Georgia's Republican governor says the law isn't a matter of voting rights, but of elections security. President Biden has called it sick and un-American. Next tonight, making an initial appearance in Dane County Court right now means appearing through a narrow slot in a door. Some people feel that gives an unfair impression and, worse yet, violates constitutional rights. Jamie Perez shows us how they're fighting for change.
It's not just because of the masks that Sandy Renardi has a tougher time doing her job.
Hardly visible.
Renardi is a court observer for Nehemiah. She leads a group that's focused on recording how racial disparities play a role in the criminal justice system. A big concern right now, how defendants appear through a cell door.
There's lots of research that indicates when defendants are shackled, when they're in prison garb, et cetera, that affects the perceptions of the people hearing the case.
Renardi said to observe the defendants through a food slot hole is both dehumanizing and makes them look automatically guilty. Last week, one of her peer court observers, Amy Thronson, replicated a food slot hole during the public comment portion of the Criminal Justice Council meeting to prove a point.
I am uncomfortable. I am yelling so that I'm sure you can hear me. My body is contorted. I am looking up to you from a place of submission.
They've also sent numerous emails to the people who could help change the way defendants appear for virtual appearances. District Attorney Ishmael Ozan replied to a letter writing, "Historically in Dane County, we have not moved towards video appearances as some other counties around the state have. At this time, you are observing a temporary fix to what we hope is a temporary situation." Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney responded by noting, "In the current COVID housing and restrictions this facility has, we are doing our very best to meet the needs of the courts and the needs of the individual."
We don't believe this is the only possible solution at our jails. For example, legal visiting rooms, which are still have a barrier. They have a fiberglass barrier where an attorney would sit on one side and the defendant would sit on another. It wouldn't be ideal, but those, for example, could be used with a camera on the other side and at least show the defendant in full view.
Renardi knows it's been challenging for the courts to modify the way they do things in this pandemic, but allowing for a proper court hearing is essential to a fair criminal justice system.
Anyone who has worked this year has had to figure out new technology solutions, shift their work environments, adapt to new ways of doing things, and they have a public responsibility to ensure that defendants' due process rights are protected.
For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
Renardi says she is trying to ramp up the pressure to modify these virtual court hearings by reaching out to elected and public officials in the coming weeks. Still ahead, the massive ship blocking the Suez Canal is finally sailing free again. And the prosecution and defense paint different pictures of the day George Floyd died. The latest from Minneapolis is next.
Why am I so calm right now? Because this isn't a spy thriller. This is a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry, 0% financing for up to 84 months on 14 models ends March 31st.
Tick-tock, time's running out.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
Maintenance fee, ATM fee. Can I hide in your fort?
Sure, but the fort fee is 10 cookies.
Need a place to hide from fees? With a BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you can get cash with nearly as many fee-free ATMs in the U.S. as the 3 largest banks combined, and no monthly maintenance fee.
Huh, did you hear that? No monthly maintenance fee. Fort fees are subject to the governing bodies of the fort.
She did not learn that from me.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. And right now, get a $200 bonus when you open a new BMO Harris Smart Advantage account.
Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. The perfect paint for when the nursery becomes the bedroom. That becomes his room. That becomes your favorite room in the house. Paint because you want to, not because you have to. For results that stand up to whatever life brings, trust Pittsburgh Paints and Stains, exclusively at Menards. Get 11% off everything, including Pittsburgh Paints and Stains.
Why am I so calm right now? Because this isn't a spy thriller. This is a Nissan sales event ad.
Hurry, this low $189 per month lease on the 2021 Sentra ends March 31st.
Tick-tock, time's running out.
Wake up every morning with Chris Reese and his Plan Your Day forecast, designed to help you plan your day before you walk out the door. Plan Your Day with Chris, weekday mornings starting at 4:30 a.m. only on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin got started today with opening statements and several witnesses. He faces murder and manslaughter charges in the death of George Floyd last May, which sparked massive protest around the world. CBS News' Michael George reports from outside the courthouse in Minneapolis.
Activists took a knee outside the courthouse just before prosecutors told jurors why they need to find former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin guilty of murder.
Mr. Derek Chauvin betrayed this badge when he used excessive and unreasonable force upon the body of Mr. George Floyd.
Then the jury watched all 9 minutes and 29 seconds of a video taken by a witness. Chauvin's knee on Floyd's neck the entire time.
He put his knees upon his neck and his back, grinding and crushing him.
Floyd said he couldn't breathe more than 20 times. The defense said Chauvin didn't cause his death, blaming a heart condition and drug use.
And you will learn that Derek Chauvin did exactly what he had been trained to do over the course of his 19-year career.
Chauvin is charged with second and third degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. The second-degree murder count carries up to 40 years in prison. The first witness was a 911 dispatcher who called a police sergeant after watching what was unfolding during Floyd's arrest on a surveillance camera.
There just something wasn't right. I don't know how to explain it. It was a gut instinct to tell me that now we can be concerned.
Throughout the trial, the courthouse is being protected by fencing, barricades, and the National Guard. The protests so far have been peaceful, but the city is preparing for the worst.
I have confidence in that judge. I have confidence in the jurors that this man will be convicted.
The trial is expected to last up to 4 weeks. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
9 women and 5 men make up the 14 jurors. 8 are white, 4 are black, and 2 identify as multiracial. The massive container ship stuck in the Suez Canal is free and floating again. Tugboats were able to dislodge the bow of the ship today. Earlier, workers managed to dislodge the stern. The ship had been stuck in the mud for nearly a week, and freeing up the canal couldn't come at a better time. The blockage was costing the global economy billions of dollars each day as hundreds of other ships waited to pass. 2 Iowa State University crew team members are dead after a boating accident. Rescue teams used advanced sonar technology to find the body of one of the students today. 5 members of the crew club were practicing on a lake when their boat capsized yesterday. The body of the other student was found last night.
It's hard on us, we got family, friends, we think if it's one of ours, and that's the main reason we want to respect the families for their loss right now. And for the survivors, it's a tough time for them.
Iowa State's president says the community is heartbroken. He says the school is focused on providing support to club members and their families and friends. Thousands of people are evacuating in South Dakota after being threatened by a new wildfire. It's called the Schroeder Fire, and it started burning around 9:30 this morning. An estimated 800 acres have burned so far. It is 0% contained. Due to an increased risk of fire danger, more than 18 million people from Minnesota to New Mexico are under a red flag warning. And let's get a look at our first warn forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton.
Those red flag warnings today, again, extending through much of the plains. Right now, it's really targeted in the Nebraska, South Dakota, and parts of Kansas area where it's still very, very dry and very, very windy. And that trend will continue overnight and as we head into tomorrow. Not expecting much precipitation out in that direction, and that's what would really help back off on those high dry conditions. Looking at our Doppler track right now, that moisture just off to the northwest for us. We will see that steadily creep in for tomorrow. Right now, things are still dry, but we're steadily becoming mostly cloudy overnight. We will be cloudy overnight and for tomorrow. It'll stay windy also for us overnight tomorrow, a little breezy. A slight chance for a shower or two. Few folks could feel some raindrops tomorrow, though I think much of the area will stay dry. And for Wednesday and Thursday, it is going to be a little chillier. Once we get through the system, it passes through. It gets cooler outside for us for Wednesday and Thursday. This cold front is going to slice through. You can notice that wind direction shift. In front of it right now, our breeze coming from the south. Behind this front, once it passes our breeze, more of a west-northwest, so cooler air builds in. A reinforcing front behind that leads to some sunshine for the back half of the work week, so we'll be back to sunny skies. But as this front does cross tomorrow, we could see again that slight chance for some showers. Still quite windy outside. Temperatures overnight won't drop much. We'll be in the upper 40s for overnight lows. For Tuesday, temperatures will hold pretty steady through the day as that front passes, and that breeze really shifts directions for us late afternoon or late morning into the afternoon. We'll be close to 50 really throughout the day. Overnight clearing for us, and by Wednesday we're back to sunshine, but it's going to be cooler for Wednesday. Partly sunny skies with high temperatures only landing in the upper 30s, and overnight lows into Thursday likely dropping to the teens again. So a very cold little stretch for us as we look towards the end of March and into the start of April. Tomorrow temperatures will be in the low 50s for afternoon highs. Certainly not as mild outside, so a bit breezy with that slight chance for some showers. A breezy on Wednesday. High temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Again, overnight lows into Thursday morning down to the teens. So it is going to be a little cool outside early Thursday morning. We'll have sunshine in the afternoon, and high temperatures will be in the low 40s for Thursday afternoon. And we'll steadily warm back up. It's going to take a few days to get back to that mild spot, but we will be sunny on Friday in the mid 50s. Saturday and Sunday will be in the 60s for Easter Sunday. It should be nice outside, but our next chance for showers develops Sunday night. As we look ahead to next week, we'll have a few opportunities for some showers and thunderstorms to build in. Overall, that temperature trend looks like we will stay in a more mild spot for next week.
All right, Dana, thank you. Coming up, Shaka Smart says he wants to build leaders at Marquette. How the new basketball coach says he'll do it. Ahead in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Imagine yourself in a new RAV4, Camry, or Tacoma.
Sweet.
Get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Save big with a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
There's a splash of surprise in every Wisconsin Lottery scratch game. Like WOW, the new $10 number match game, featuring a chance to win double the prize with a WOW symbol or instantly win $30 for every binocular symbol revealed. A chance to win up to 25 times and a top prize of $75,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
You expect students to make a mess in schools, but the superintendent, under Deb Kerr's leadership, the Brown Deer School District was a financial mess. Kerr's district's accounts were overdrawn by $500,000, slamming her district with late fees. And instead of firing the employee responsible, he was given paid leave, costing taxpayers $136,000 more to pay him to do nothing. Scandals, cover-ups, taxpayer money wasted. Deb Kerr, the wrong choice for state school superintendent.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Imagine yourself in a new RAV4, Camry, or Tacoma.
Sweet.
Get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Save big with a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
You're back for my favorite story of the day. Oregon native Shaka Smart is officially Marquette's new head men's basketball coach. Smart was introduced today at a news conference in Milwaukee. He grew up playing point guard at Oregon High School in the mid-90s. As a coach, Smart led VCU to a Cinderella Final Four run in 2011. He spent the past 6 years at Texas.
We truly want to build leaders in our basketball program. Leadership to me is not something that's determined by a title. It's not something determined by your rank or your class on the team. Leadership is simply the ability to make people and situations better.
Smart is replacing Steve Wojciechowski, who coached the Golden Eagles for 7 years. Marquette finished with a losing record this season for the first time since 2014. Two teams have punched their tickets to the Final Four. Houston beat 12-seed Oregon State to advance to its first Final Four since 1984, when it lost the championship game, while top-seeded Baylor is heading to its first Final Four in 71 years. The Elite Eight wraps up tomorrow night on TBS. Former big leaguer Mike Jacobs is the newest manager of the Beloit Snappers. The Miami Marlins announced the Snappers' 2021 coaching staff today. Jacobs has managed in the minor leagues the past 3 years after a 7-year career in the majors. The Snappers are set to begin their season on May 4th in Appleton. A final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
Every child, no matter their zip code, should have access to a great public education. As a former teacher and superintendent, I know what it takes. I've led schools to high student achievement, I've expanded preschool, and I've balanced budgets. My opponent can't be trusted. She's backed by Scott Walker, and she tried to cover up a $500,000 financial scandal. Our kids deserve better. I'm Jill Underly. As state superintendent, I'll always do what's best for our kids.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
How you sleep sets your entire life in motion. So live your best life by getting your best sleep on a Doctor's Choice mattress. The perfect combination of support and comfort. In fact, I've been recommending it to my patients for over 20 years.
Visit us in-store or online and discover all the benefits of Doctor's Choice, only at Denver Mattress.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy. I switched for more room.
I switched for my family. For adventure.
We love our Chevy.
With an impressive lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, it's no wonder people are switching to Chevy year after year.
I'm never switching back.
Add another Chevy to your driveway. Get a $2,250 cash allowance on most all-new 2021 Trailblazer models. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, here's some good news tonight. Earth is safe from an interstellar calamity for another 100 years. Since 2004, scientists had worried a massive 1,100-foot asteroid would strike Earth during a pass in 2029. But NASA said today it won't come close in that year, 2036, or even 2068. Even though it poses no risk to Earth, stargazers will be able to see it without telescopes when it passes within 20,000 miles of our planet in 8 years. So Dana, mark your calendar.
Yeah, I'll be out there. I'll be ready. Check it out. Hopefully we have a clear sky that night.
And hopefully no wind. Can we get rid of this wind?
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for right now. It's very, very Midwestern of us to say that. It'd be just nice outside if it weren't for the wind. It was true today. It was sunny. We're in the mid-60s. Tomorrow we're going to get that cloud coverage back. Highs will be in the low 50s for Tuesday. Have a slight chance for a shower as cold front passes through. Now that cold front will cool us down for Wednesday and Thursday. Highs for Wednesday will be in the upper 30s. Overnight lows heading into Thursday will be in the teens, so a cold start to the day Thursday, but we're back to sunshine for the end of the work week and for Easter weekend. We'll be back in the 60s by Saturday and Sunday, and mild temperatures will carry us into the following week.
All right, Dana, thank you. And thank you for staying up late with us tonight. Do something good, get some sleep, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.